from the heart. The only one listening now was Chesik's mother. She too had been walking her own path of hardship, and no one could understand better than her. As the competition drew closer, Chesik began to unravel. No matter how hard he tried, he couldn't reach Yusol's goal, 135 keystrokes per minute. Just 1 week before the big day, Chesik vanished. This boy who had dreamed of standing on that stage suddenly disappeared, gripped by fear. Not long before, he had asked Yusol, "What are the chances of us actually winning?" She had replied coldly, "About 0.001%. "Then why are you even doing this?" he asked. Yusol just shrugged. "To me, a blind girl and a clueless boy, that's about the right odds. But even if it's 1 in 10 million, isn't that still worth betting on?" Chesik shouted into the silence, "I am trying," but reality was cruel. Talent couldn't be forced. As the day loomed ever closer, he still couldn't hit 135. The pressure crushed him. Desperate for a breakthrough, he turned to someone else, Yusol's old rival, the genius pianist Chinmok. Though Chinmok coldly said he wouldn't help, no one wanted to see Yusol play with joy again more than he did. The day before the competition arrived, and still, Yusol hadn't seen Chesik in over a week. So she gave an ultimatum: "If you don't show me your progress by tonight, we're dropping out." That night, Chesik appeared, and then as the keys began to move, it wasn't Chesik playing, it was Chinmok. Yusol whispered, "Truly perfect." And then she said something that stunned Chinmok. "You made it beautiful." For the first time in 10 years, the words of praise from her lifelong rival brought tears streaming down Chinmok's face. He had waited a decade to hear that one word. The day of the competition arrived. Chesik was stunned to discover that the head judge was none other than the world-renowned pianist. He approached him nervously. "You know me, right?" he asked. "You're my father." He didn't answer, and in that moment, Chesik realized the awful truth. This man was not his father. He never had been. Everything he believed about his bloodline, his talent, his identity, was a lie, fabricated by his mother to give him a reason to keep living. Chesik looked down at his bruised, battered hands. The despair hit like a wave. This truth shattered his confidence completely. And so, once again, Chesik turned to Chinmok. "I'm not a pianist's son," he confessed. "I'm no one special." Chesik still couldn't do it. No matter how hard he tried, he just couldn't reach the goal of playing 135 keystrokes per minute. The pressure weighed heavily on him. Chesik made a decision. He asked Chinmok, his longtime rival and once distant friend, to take his place in the competition. He had already secretly changed the participant list, hoping that Chinmok could help Yusol win the championship they both dreamed of. Chinmok was stunned. He hadn't prepared. He stood frozen, uncertain of what to do, until a voice echoed in his mind. He looked at his former mentor, the one who had once inspired him to start playing, and something clicked. Without hesitation, he stepped forward. Backstage, Chesik found Yusol in the dressing room. He gently took her hands, not saying much, just letting their shared silence speak. Yusol wasn't alone anymore. After everything was settled, Chesik brought his mother to the underground passage. He wanted to prove through his actions that his talent came from his mother and no one else. "I am not someone else's child. I am my mother's child." In that moment, the grand classical hall and the humble underground tunnel merged in spirit. 3 teenagers played the same piece of music together. Each had their own weaknesses and had faced personal lows. They were both rivals and friends, inspiring one another at different moments. Before the performance, Chinmok had visited his father. He told him, "Even if I end up just being a piano teacher after 10 years, it's okay. At least in those 10 years, I was doing something I loved." Yusol never resented her mother. The anger she showed was only because she didn't want her mother to lose her own life for her sake. Now, as she played again, the smile on her face she most hoped her mother could see it. As Chesik played for his mother, he surpassed his own limits. He successfully reached 135 notes per minute. His mother finally saw the rainbow her son once spoke of. The three of them deeply felt everything the piano brought them. Through the rise and fall of the piano, through the fall of the music, they expressed their love for the world. These youths gave it their all just to reach the finish line of success.
They learned that everyone's path to success looks different. Some people charge forward like waves in a storm. Others move slowly, like streams cutting through stone. Steady, patient, but in the end, it doesn't matter how you get there, only that you keep going. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and drop a heart if you love the story.